You don't know everything about me. I've lived a lot of lives. Before I was an Avenger. Before I got this family. I made mistakes. Choosing between what the world wants you to be.
And then she dies.
And who you are.
Sorry guys, but that's what happened. It's July. It's official. It's gonna be in July.
We have to go back to where it all started.
Where did you think I was all this time?
We have unfinished business.
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
Oh, Red Guardian.
I'm sorry. We had our orders and we played our roles.
It wasn't real.
It was real to me. To me, you were everything.
Ooh. Taskmaster.
Put your seatbelt on. She's such a love.
Ooh. Oh, dang.
One thing's for sure. I'm done running from my past.
July 9th. It's official. In theaters or on Disney Plus. Alrighty, well, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And yeah, that was the trailer for Black Widow. This was like what, the 4th trailer? Yeah, this movie has oh my gosh. This movie has a very interesting journey. I just find it funny how... Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Am I gonna watch this movie? Yes, I'm gonna watch it. Whether in theaters or on Disney Plus, I am probably gonna check it out. I'm a Marvel fan. Marvel, right? So I am gonna check it out. I am curious to get a little bit of information on her past, on Black Widow's past. But the fact that this movie, I feel like it's a decade overdue. You know, for years, fans have been begging Marvel to make a Black Widow movie, to reveal the story of her past. And it's been for years. And a lot of fans were kind of, a bit, questioning the fact as to why Marvel gave the first female superheroine movie to Captain Marvel instead of to Black Widow. And then when Endgame came around, we know that Black Widow dies so that Hawkeye could get the Soul Stone. And then, you come to announce like, oh, okay, she's getting her movie. So, I mean, it's just, that happened. So you're like, okay, she died though, but cool, I guess we'll get to see her backstory. What makes her such an interesting character. Scheduled to come out in May 2020, but then next thing you know, in the beginning of 2020, around March, is when the quarantine, all the shutdowns started to happen because of COVID, the pandemic, and they kept postponing this movie. They were gonna have it released in May of this year, but of course, COVID is still going on, but I guess the good thing is that the vaccines are out, so... but now it's official. Disney and Marvel said we can't keep this on the shelf too long. It just needs to be released. So it's official. It's coming out July 9th, whether in theaters or on Disney Plus. So Disney and Marvel are probably going to see how this method works for them, so that they know what to do for their other movies lists coming out, for Phase 4, whether it's Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings, The Eternals, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor 4, Love and Thunder, so Marvel wants to see how this movie works out with this particular method. This may be the new method for all movies. We don't know how long COVID's going to be around. So Marvel is trying to test the waters. But yeah, I just find it funny that this movie has been on such a long journey. You know, fans demanding, begging for a Black Widow movie, and when the movie's finally coming around, the pandemic hits. It's like, I hate to say it, but it feels like a too much, too little, too late kind of thing. I hate to say it, because yeah, am I gonna watch the movie? Yeah, I am, of course. But I just feel like the movie does fall victim to that category. It just does. It falls victim to that. Now, aside from that, regardless of what I saw in the trailer, you know, they don't reveal too much. They do show a little bit more flashbacks as to when she's a kid. If I'm not mistaken, the child actress who's playing Natasha is Ever Anderson. She's the daughter of Mila Djokovic. And Ever Anderson, if I'm not mistaken, she's been cast as Wendy for the upcoming live action movie of Peter Pan. Peter and Pan and Wendy. So cool to see Disney, you know, having good ties with Ever Anderson. But yeah, so they're going to do her past. But the only thing that kind of irks me about this, the way, I think it's the style of how they're going to execute exploring Black Widow's past. Not so much the concept, but the execution of how they're going to explore her backstory. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. So from what I'm understanding, this movie takes place in the middle of the events of Civil War and Infinity War. So that's basically when the movie takes place. And so even though the movie takes place in that particular event, in the middle of Civil War and Infinity War, I guess she has to solve some kind of mystery that involves her going back to her roots in the Red Room and her Russian past. So she meets up with her quote-unquote sister, Yelena, who was one of the Black Widows in the Red Room, and then Red Guardians there, and then Rachel Weisz's characters there. I don't know who she's playing. So yeah, I don't know what the mystery is, and then I guess some guy is after her, and he sends Taskmaster. Again, I feel like there's just something missing. I think what kind of irks me about this movie is that this isn't, like, let me put it this way. If I was the one who was in charge of directing and writing a Black Widow movie, I wouldn't have done it like this. I would have not done it in the middle of Civil War and Infinity War. I would have gone, like, all the way back to when, you know, she's born, and then she's a child, you know, growing up in the Red Room. I would have done a lot of, like, comic inspirations as to her connections with not only the Red Room and the other Black Widows, but also with the Winter Soldier. I feel like Marvel missed that opportunity. It was such a missed opportunity to show the relationship between Black Widow and the Winter Soldier. You do get a bit of hints in Captain America sequels, both the Winter Soldier sequel and Civil War, especially when Black Widow and Winter Soldier are fighting in Civil War, and then Black Widow tells Bucky, "You could at least recognize me." Who knows specifically what that means? Does that mean if he recognizes her when they fought, or recognizing her in the Red Room? We don't know, but the fact that Marvel never went further to explore that, I feel like that was a missed opportunity. Will they reveal it in the movie? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I will say this one thing for sure. In regards to these Marvel trailers versus the actual, you know, final product, you know, the trailers do like to misdirect their audience to make you think you're going to watch one thing, but when you actually see the final product, whether it's the show or the movie, it may be something completely different that will blow you out of the water. I mean, look at what happened with WandaVision, and so far what's going on with Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know, the trailers showed us one thing and we thought, oh, this is probably what's going to happen. But when you actually see it happening, you're like, oh, no, it's actually, this is what's happening. So who knows? Winter Soldier might pop up in this movie. Maybe it might be a cameo. I don't know. There were rumors supposedly that Sebastian Stan was on set when the movie was filming. I don't know. But I would have really loved to see more involvement of the Winter Soldier in ties with Black Widow. Again, I just feel like that was such a missed opportunity. Also, Hawkeye. I feel like Hawkeye should be in this too. in the Avengers movie from 2012, when Black Widow was talking to Loki in his little prison cell, she says how S.H.I.E.L.D. sent Agent Barton to go kill Natasha, but he made a different call. I would have loved to have seen that too. But Hawkeye is not in this, and I just feel like there's just a lot of things missing. I mean, Black Widow's past is so cloudy, but the fact that they laid out so many little hints in all the other movies, I would have loved to see that instead of what I'm seeing here. I don't know. I feel like if I was in charge of this movie, I just would have done it differently. But then again, this is just a trailer. Maybe I'll be surprised. I just need to give this movie a chance. I'm just saying I probably would have done it a little differently. I think I would have done it more like I probably would have done it more like I was about to say more like a Captain Marvel movie where she already has her powers and they're not going into her backstory as an air pilot, but I wouldn't even have done it like that. I probably would have done the casual formula of like a Captain America or Iron Man origin story, but I know Marvel wants to play their cards right because they probably are aware that people are tired of seeing the origin story. But I feel like for this, I don't know, I feel like for this I would have done that. Why? I don't know. I think because I wanted to see everything, like just everything. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this movie. It's just, I feel like I would have just done it differently with different characters. I think that's what it is. So yeah. But again, it might be good. I don't know. And then the fact that she's, Scarlett Johansson, I'm pretty sure her contract is up with Marvel. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is only just a solo movie and that's it. I don't think they're gonna do any more Black Widow movies. So yeah, and it is kind of fortunate that it came out in the middle of a pandemic. So yeah, this movie has been on a roller coaster ride. But other than that, guys, maybe you guys feel differently about the trailer and the movie as a whole than I do. Just let me know down in the comments below. And hey, what are you guys hoping to see in regards to Natasha's past? Let me know down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. And as always, take care, guys. Bye.